Hey guys! Alright, I'll close that. I was trying to make it to where I had to clean things up a little bit. I know that sounds bad, but I'm the only one in the house that really tries to clean anything, so. And I can't be everywhere at once. So it's kind of difficult. I'm working on it. I want to get the kitchen done this week, and it's probably going to be just me doing it. So, anyway, that's beside the point. So, what I was going to do, I'm going to make my own baking powder, but I am pulling up the Doug and Stacy video to show you where I got the know how to do it from. So, here we go. Off-grid to Doug and Stacy, how to make baking powder so easy. And I don't know, I'll put...
What's up, homes and homies? It's Off-grid with Doug and Stacy. Now I'm Stacy, and today we are going to talk about the differences between baking powder and baking soda.
Okay.
For years, I had no clue what the difference was.
And I'll make it, like, I'll be pausing this once in a while, and I'm going to make it with her directions.
In our community, and talked to a lady there who was shopping, and she told me that she makes her own baking powder. And I'm like, oh, because normally, you just buy it in the store, you put your baking soda and certain ingredients, and you put your baking powder in certain
And I've not had any bread.
So she
I'm not
explained
eating
to me
pancakes
how simple
either.
and easy it was to make. And from that day, I have made my own baking powder. So basically, baking powder and baking soda are similar because they are a leavening agent when it comes to when we're, cooking things, baking things. So the differences between the two, if you look at baking soda, it'll help when you're cooking to help brown it. It'll help your cookies kind of spread out a little bit more in your pan. And baking soda is more of a alkaline. So what it needs is something a little acidic to kind of cause that chemical reaction. So when you use baking soda, you want to pair it with something a little bit more acidic, such as buttermilk, or like yogurt, honey, molasses. Those things go good when you're baking and using baking soda. In baking soda, I would use like cookies and muffins are great. So I always say baking soda, cookies and muffins. Now you look at baking powder, and baking powder already has an acid in it.
Doug and Stacy are where I've gotten, they got me started in the homesteading. So.
And cream of tartar basically is like a byproduct of winemaking. So that's your acid that's already in it. So what happens with that is when you add moisture to it, then you get the chemical reaction, and then it causes the rising, things that you need. So like for a baking powder, a cake or breads, that's probably what you want to use for the baking powder, and it has a little bit more of a neutral flavor to it. So it's time to make the homemade baking powder. It's so easy. All you're going to need is baking soda. I like the Bob's Red Mill brand. Arrowroot powder or a non-GMO cornstarch, and arrowroot powder is a good substitute if you can't have corn in your diet or you're on a specialized diet, so you might want to substitute it for that. We did a video on the canna plant, so we'll link that above because that's where arrowroot comes from. And then,
you don't have to stop.
The last thing you're going to need is this cream of tartar, which is a byproduct of
No, I can't watch my
I
stuff.
also did a video about cream of tartar because I love it. I use it a lot in my cleaning. It's wonderful at getting like right on the collar and stains. Did a video on that, so I'll link that too.
Hey.
Alright? So, all you need...
Would it be funny if I wore these socks on Sunday?
It's just one part of the baking soda.
They wouldn't fit my outfit.
Part of the arrowroot or your non-GMO cornstarch. Cream of tartar.
Okay. I figured that was dirty.
Those shorts, yeah.
2 parts of that. So it's very easy.
Alright, so we're gonna go back.
Cleaning, it's wonderful at getting like right around the collar and stains. Alright, so all you need, and the ratios are simple. It's just 1 part of the baking soda.
Okay, 1 part, so I use 1 tablespoon. One tablespoon. You're good. You don't have to be quiet, Chloe.
No, because people hear my annoying voice all the time on my page.
1 part arrowroot powder.
Nothing?
Huh?
Well, it's supposed to be funny.
Sorry, Chloe, what'd you say?
I said people hear my annoying voice all the time on my YouTube page.
You're not annoying.
I am annoying.
You're
Just
not.
admit it.
1 tablespoon arrowroot powder.
Cream of tartar, 2 parts.
Okay. So 2 parts cream of tartar, and this is a little bit harder to measure out for me because I have to dump it in the tablespoon. And it's lumpy, so I have to dump it, get the lumps out. Now what I'm going to start doing, especially stock up on this stuff, I'm not going to buy it in these to stock up on it because that would take forever. I'm going to get on Amazon and I'm going to start buying them in 5-pound bags. I can buy 5-pound bags of, well, I can buy like boxes of these bags of the arrowroot powder and the baking soda, the Bob's Red Mill stuff. Maybe all packed down and weird. Cream of tartar is just such a alright. There's 1. And by the way, I found out that 1 of those little 1.10 ounce little bottle of the cream of tartar makes 2 batches of baking powder. And I'm going to make 2 batches. So there's the second. Now, I didn't have quite as much in there. Whatever. Alright, so I'm going to mix it all up, which doesn't mix very well with a tablespoon. So I just take it and go like this. And I'm going to make another batch.
2 parts of that. So it's very easy.
And then I'm just going to go ahead and
Mix
do
it
this
all
one more
together.
time.
Like so.
And by the way, Chloe, this recipe is in my cookbook, the Faith First
Now, a little
cookbook.
note about baking powder.
And if you want, I will provide you with the stuff to make it with.
If you don't
It's
have
actually a
baking
thing that's
soda.
interesting.
But you can't substitute baking soda in place of baking powder.
No, you can't.
Your baking soda baking powder can expire and it can lose its potency. So I'm going to show you 2 little tricks you can do to kind of find out if they're active. So here's the
Okay,
baking
well,
powder that I just made. So
I might have
you're
used a
gonna
little
check your baking
more.
powder to see if it's still good. You're just going to put like a teaspoon or so in your jar. And then with the teaspoon, I'm going to probably put, you know, like a 1/3 cup of water or so in there.
I'll have to get another one of these to make the next batch.
So I know that's good. It's fresh. I just made it.
Yep.
The way you can tell if your baking soda is good is you just get a little bit. You know, you can do a teaspoon or even less. And then you need any kind of vinegar. It can be white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, any kind of vinegar. You just put a little squirt on here. And here's a great science experiment for the kids. I love to use this to clean. It's the best cleaning in your bathtub and your sink. Makes a good volcano too for science.
Baking soda and vinegar.
And speaking of the kids, we will have the winners of our essay poem contest for our
Okay,
homestead
so
kids by the end of this week. So stay tuned. Watch
homemade
this
baking
video
powder,
to find
guys.
out who is the top 3.
So I just wanted you guys to see where I got my recipe from, which I know I've said it before, but now you guys have seen it. And the homemade baking powder works great. Now, what I'm gonna make this morning, yeah, I'm gonna make pancakes. This stuff always sticks. I'm just gonna add that little bit of extra in here. Really? Now I can't get it out. I might have to get the tongs. Nope. Okay. Anywho,
So my pinchers are for.
this will go in my collection. That's the other thing. I meant to get out to the garden center and straighten that mess out. But yeah, so homemade baking powder, guys, and that's how I do it, and that's where I got it from, was Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Now, that recipe is in the Faith First Farm and Homestead. I think it's called Recipes and Eatery or something. I'll have to look that back up because I don't remember. But yeah, that's how I make my baking powder. And go ahead and try it, you guys. I'll go ahead and put the recipe in this video. And I've got to try to upload the videos today because this makes like, what, 6 now that I got to upload? So, you guys make sure you check your subscriptions and make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube, they've gotten really weird about that. What?
I don't know.
Really?
I want to talk to you.
They've gotten really weird about that, and click on that notification bell, click on the all to make sure you get all the notifications, and do your research. Because it is really, 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 really important, you guys. Do your research on how to make things like this, like baking powder, apple cider vinegar, which is not hard to make. It takes a little time. I'll probably do another video on that if I can get the apples I need. We only got 2 on our apple tree. Anyway, I'm going to get off from here and I will try to get the videos uploaded today. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.